All right, welcome to episode 37 of Adventures in Inbetweening. Today we are looking at the 2019 studio trigger film, PROMARE. I saw this in theaters twice, pretty excellent stuff. All right, 6 quick shots there. Let's take a look at what's going on. So the Mad Burnish is on top of the building here. We've got Leo Fotia and his henchmen. They're on ATV here and a dirt bike. Look at this fire design as they go off the screen. 2 different colors of fire, wonderful angular shapes. This is the way that the entire film is built with these wonderful shapes. Now, there's a lot of static cameras in this, and I really like that because what it allows, and see we have a camera adjustment here because we're going to show the ice gun coming up from Gallo-Thymus firing away here. One of the things about the static camera is it creates a contrast. Whenever we have the camera static, then when we have it moving, it makes a big deal, and there's a reason for it to be moving. It's not just constantly moving, we get to see the subtleties in the animation. So here, we can see the fire coming towards us in perspective. Both characters shooting 2 different types of fire. So colorful, so design heavy and stylized. Absolutely excellent stuff. Now here we cut the shot where look how tiny the fire is now that they're shooting, but it doesn't matter that it's tiny. The continuity is put aside in favor of the story, and the story here is that Gallo-Thymus is in the foreground. He shot his ice cubes that we saw in the last shot, but now they're just kind of small and harmless looking. Fire is going to meet ice. What's going to happen? We're going to have a small little explosion, and then boom, we're going to obscure the Mad Burnish completely with the explosion from all this fire meeting ice here, going out in 2 different directions. It's going to continue going out and obscuring everybody. And now, after the static camera, we're going to get a camera shake. Again, setting up that contrast. The static camera allows us to see the subtleties, and then the moving camera allows us to feel the impact. Look at the terrific, simple shapes here. We went from all that complexity to all this simplicity in such a short amount of time. This film does that in a masterful way. Now we have a quick shot where Gallo has lost his weapon here, just for continuity, just so we know that, okay, yeah, it's off to the side. It's only an 18-frame shot, less than a second. And we go back to Gallo. His foot's down, which wasn't down in the previous one. That's fine. And again, we're not worried about continuity. We're worried about the composition and focusing on what we want to focus on. We're focusing on the pink and the blue shapes coming through. And then suddenly, okay, those are replaced by 2 very complex smoke shapes. Not quite sure what's happening. Going to get those bigger, and then boom. Mad Burnish bursts through, all in 1 frame. We see the blue on the left, the pink and red on the right, rotating in opposite directions. Really clear. And now everything is moving really slowly, and we've got all these subtleties, and we're seeing the subtleties because the camera isn't moving. They're on 3s right now. There's only 8 frames a second of animation happening here with these characters coming towards us. Wonderful. 3 simple shots here of Leo Fotia coming in and disarming Gallo so that his ice gun goes flying up. We see the sword come up in 1 frame. No, it's a 9-frame shot. Just a little more than a third of a second. Just enough for us to feel, whoa, the gun's gone. Okay, that story point's taken care of. Let's move on. Look at this terrific trailing shape on the sword here. Absolutely lovely stuff. Leo's going to do the cartwheel coming off here. Look at these negative shapes between the 2 characters. So angular, is terrific negative space. And then Gallo's going to do his spin around. Again, all the subtleties here with the static camera. We see everything happening. It's not getting lost because the camera is shaking around. Leo Fotia is going to come into the screen on the right side, cover it up. The sword's going to come up. We're covering up the top and the rights there, and that's going to lead into Leo coming in from the left and going away from us in perspective. Just, very good use of filmic language. Simple concepts, but done in a very clear and appealing way. And again, camera static once we do the camera adjust. Look at this wonderful smoke here. We'll talk about the contrast in the smoke in a minute. This is the Mad Burnish smoke. It's very fiery looking. right, here we've got Lucia and Vinny. She's about to activate Gallo's suit to be able to come back together, reconstitute itself. Finger coming towards the camera. We're going to pan with that. We're going to hit the button that creates the suit to come back on itself. Once we get here, camera's going to stop again, static camera. Vinny's going to hit a terrific silhouette, the hand terrific silhouette. Everything nice and clear, really appealing, just giving us that sense. The other thing the static camera gives us a sense or a feeling of is rest. We get a chance to breathe while all the other craziness is going on. And even when we go to the scene here, it's panning background, things flying. We go to the next shot. Static camera. Just everything is nice and clear, and even though it's busy, it gives us a chance to rest. It gives our eyes a sense of not too much information coming in, even though there's so much information coming in. So now all the pieces of the suit are going towards Leo Fotia. He's trying to fight them off. You can see the curve of the sword there. Piece comes in, boom, on the impact. Everything's happening instantaneously. All the pieces come together, boom. Now look, this is wonderful. The pieces of the suit are going to expand. We're going to really see it nice and nice and nice and nice and nice. And then it's going to have one frame of starting to contract, and then boom. Leo Fotia is captured. Look at the smoke coming out here. Wonderful stuff. Now this is icy smoke. These shapes here, look at these shapes. This is wonderful stuff. This is as opposed to the fiery smoke. These are very angular. It doesn't have that sense that this smoke looks like fire. This smoke looks like ice cubes. And look at Leo's face here. This is just visually, it's just very appealing, very simple. He's just he has no expression. The smoke is coming up here. It's wiping the screen. Going to completely cover it up so we get a transition to the next shot. Again, the shapes could not be more simple here. It's just very calming, very peaceful. Creates that contrast with all the busyness that was preceding it. And now we go to the next shot. Smoke is now moving to the right, revealing Leo Fotia. He's just at a nice angle here. Keep the composition interesting. Very flat shape. So we don't even have any kind of tones or shadows on the smoke as it's flying past there. Just basic. This one shot, I love this shot. So here we've got the suit separating in one frame to let Leo out. Now we've got some nice slow motion movement, slow, overlap, and then boom, on one frame, Gallo's gun fires at the same time as Leo's wrists are caught in the ice. Now that's generally not something we would do in animation. You want to have a sequence of events, fire, cut, and then the ice is created. And same thing here. Now this is even more extreme because he rotates the gun down, he fires, and the ice forms on Leo's ankles all on one frame. That should be 3 frames. That should be sequential, but they're breaking the rules intentionally here, and it gives us this sense of just so much more happening so much more quickly than what we're used to. You can see the shadows there fading away, and as the shadows fade away, we have these beautiful square lens flares coming on to show that the sunlight has come out.
This is the invincible teamwork of Special Mobile Firefighter Rescue Unit Burning Rescue!
And here, leading into Burning Rescue's title card. Let's get some more of those wonderful square lens flares going on. Let's rotate them diagonally now. We're going to have the machinery coming in, just sliding in. It's just all very graphic with these images just sliding in here. They're not animating so much. We're just sliding them as Gallo is giving his speech. Burning Rescue, title card. It's actually part of the movie. And that's just a quick look at PROMARE. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. There's so much good stuff going on in there. Thanks for checking it out. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.
So, are you amazed yet? You know I didn't get naked just for fun.